Bitcoin's collapsing. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? It's game over, man. Game over.
On my mark.
5,
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2, 1. Mark.
the pipe. 5 by 5.
Oh man, guys, it's crazy. Bitcoin dumping, Ethereum dumping, SHIB collapsing. We're going to talk about that and more in today's episode. Yeah, it's not a 5x5 day, but you know what? Don't worry. It'll all come back. It'll come back. Don't worry. It's just going to take a while, of course, but it will come back and it'll come back hard. So hang in there. Hang in there. I know I've been through this many times. I've suffered, right, through the ups and downs of Bitcoin. And I know for most of you, it's new. You feel like saying this. You feel like, I know how you feel. You feel like this. You feel like this.
Well, that's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do? We're some real pretty shit now, man.
You finished?
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Maybe we could build a fire, sing a couple of songs, huh? Why don't we try that?
Yeah, it is a disaster out there. But don't worry. It's actually just a bear trap. Those people who are like, paper hands, people who just here for the profit, they're dumping right now. Those of you who are believers, you are DCAing in because you know that Bitcoin is just a mathematical algorithm that you communicate to someone else. If there's no computers, as long as we have people on the planet and a means of communications, Bitcoin still works. That's how strong it is. And once you comprehend that strength, you have no fear, right? The only fear you have, right, is if you put money into Bitcoin that you can't afford to lose in the short term. If you're looking long term, you're going to do well. If you're looking in the short term, you may not do well. But this is the time, right, that if you are looking to get the maximum alpha, this is where you would dollar cost average. Now, most of you out there are like, Da Vinci, can you tell me where the bottom is so I can hit the bottom? I can give you a guesstimate. It may not be accurate, right? And so this is where dollar cost average helps you out, right? Because this is the situation right now, right? We are in a bear trap in this secular bull market, right? Because we're testing the paper hands so that the weak hands sell to the strong hands. I hope you're a strong hand, because if you're not, well, you're just a weak hand and you're going to be selling to anybody who understands this market. Okay, let's take a look at the technical analysis and see what's happening. Ouch. Ouch. There it is. I said that, hey, it was lights out at this blue mark, right? Only thing we could hope for is that it bounced off of there and then continued higher, but it didn't. It broke down. Recovered it, but that was over. It just retested the previous support line here, or actually it was a trend line, and that's it. Killed you, right? Looking at Ethereum, right? Same thing. We bounced off of some supports and we tried to recover, but failed, and that was it. We are breaking down. Looking at the longer time frame, we can see that's a major support line. We keep that. These support lines, they're like whatever, right? And so we're gonna clean up this chart heavily now, and you can see, well, whoa, we just bounced off the last support level that we could possibly bounce off of before we break down to brutal levels of like 2,400. And then even further, if we break down even further, we can break down further as the $2,000 mark here. Look at this right here. Oof. 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 Right down here. 2100. Oh, damn. We have to hold this line, right? We have to start the ranging in this area here, right? The range has to start. We have to be in this range now, between the bottom here and the top, the bottom at this purple line here, and this yellow up here. So if we don't do that, right, we are breaking down all the way, most likely to the $2,100 mark. This Shiba has recaptured this downward trend line, and it's game over. You can say it is lights out. We can end up all the way back. We're now at the 88.6. Generally, that looks like that looks like most likely the bottom right here. We're probably going to retest something a little bit lower than the 88.6, right? Just above the 1,000-ish area right in here. 1,080 something-ish area, and then bounce. So that would be the most likely bottom for Shiba. Now, if you want to know what the most likely bottom for Bitcoin is, now that it is committed, right? Remember what I said about looking left? There it is. I've said this many times. Yeah, we're going to hit the 52-ish area and decide what we're going to do here. But then most likely we will break down because there's very weak support here. So 61.8 is calling you. Ollie Austin free. 44K. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I know it's a somber moment. Pause, reflect, accept, and move on. That's all you can do. All right, with that said, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.